Thank you. Thank you for coming out, everyone, all performers and all audience, all 5. Okay, cool, 5 of you. We appreciate it. So, shout out Wabash Landing for allowing us to host this event here. I didn't ask anyone, so shout out. So I live here, and oftentimes I think to myself when I'm in my living room, wow, I wish I was also at a comedy show. So, rip to the people on the first floor. Anyway, so let's just hop into it. Can I get a warm round of applause to Sarah? Yeah!
Let's go, Sarah!
Before I came here tonight, someone told me I should not use any hate speech, so, and I don't have any more material now. What a coincidence, right? But I did say I'd be up here for the whole 6 minutes, so, So just reading this article about how 15% of people, or almost 15% of people, use their phone when talking to other people. Just so rude, am I right? Yeah, I guess, how are you doing? That's nice. Yeah, I really like French vanilla. It just tastes better with an accent. But actually what I really like is those food delivery robots. Those things are just delicious. Actually, I've never actually used one of those robots. Money, but I just kind of like having them around campus. It just feels like there's a ton of pets just running around. One way I think we can improve those delivery robots is instead of robots, we have dogs delivering our food. Yeah, I mean, if they can train dogs to be seeing eye dogs, a lot of people don't really need them. But yeah, I guess what I'm really trying to say is I think it's such a waste whenever a cute dog is used as a seeing eye dog. Think about it. The other day I made that comment to one of my friends who's a seeing eye dog, and he just got so upset. He was like, "Sarah, stop objectifying me. I have other things to offer, like being a seeing eye dog, chewing up your carpet. Come on, Sarah." And I know this dog is a he because, of course, all dogs are boys and all cats are girls. And when they mate, if the offspring are male, then the dude just carries the children. Kind of like humans. Yeah. You look confused.
I'm very confused.
Did you not know that's how people mate? I did. You didn't? Okay. Wow. The educational system in this country. I recently tried using an emotional support human. I just couldn't get it to stop peeing on the carpet. Too bad dorms don't have some place for humans to pee, right? At least that's what my RA told me. Yeah, of course, at least that's not too much of an issue for me, considering I am a dog. Speaking of dogs and not having a good transition, I think it would be fun if anytime a grown man referred to dating or banging a girl, our immediate reaction was just go, "Whoa," or start dialing 911 to report a pedophile. Feel free to start using that strategy with the guys tonight. I'm sure none of you would do that, of course, though. Whenever someone starts complaining about interracial marriage, I just like to start complaining about intergender marriage. Disgusting. I mean, my parents had an intergender marriage, and look how I turned out. Nobody wants that. I've heard a lot of guys complain about muscular women. I just, as someone who's worked out a whole 2 times in the past year, I find that really offensive. Especially considering that, women don't generally want men who are weaker or worse at something. Like I've never heard a woman say, you know what, Dad just has too much money in his bank account. I just don't find that attractive. Yeah. Although, to be fair, I have heard of a few women who get pretty turned off when a man is better at breastfeeding than they are. I'm not here to talk about her policies or anything, but I do think it's pretty nice that we finally have a female vice president. Although I think America still has a lot of progress to make. That's why I plan on being America's first female dictator. Actually, there's never been any female dictators in the entire world, which I'm sure is a coincidence. So that would mean I would be the first female dictator in the entire world. Sorry, did I say in the entire world? I meant of the entire world. All hail Sarah!
All hail Sarah! All hail Sarah! All hail Sarah!
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Give it up for Cam. Beautiful Cam. All right. It's a great layout. This looks like a white woman's backyard. If you don't like my set, go watch Shang-Chi. This is so weird. You guys are so close. I can see each one of you. Yeah, that's not a joke. That's just a fact. Yeah. Used to watch porn a lot. Hope the people upstairs heard that. But no, I'm a changed man. I play piano now. But my life is no different. It is the exact same. Can't play piano when my girlfriend's home. My girlfriend's home, I have to play piano with headphones in. I watch videos online of people playing piano, and I think, that's gonna be me someday. I don't know what to do with my left hand. I asked my girlfriend, I say, I would love to play piano for your parents. Absolutely not, is what she tells me. Yeah. I said this joke in the workshop, what else did I say? My dad taught me how to play piano. I only play songs in minors, okay, I don't know. Yeah, okay. Hey, that one's just about pianos. Alright. I applied for a job as a security guard. Just found out today I did not get the job. It's for the best though. How can I be a security guard if I'm insecure about myself? I'd be by the entrance and somebody would be walking out with an arm full of clothes, and all I would think about is, do I look good in mine? I feel like I'd be a good security guard though because I'm good at making passwords. I make really funny passwords, which is bad because they're so funny I like to tell people. I got a call from the bank the other day and they said that somebody attempted to break into my account, my banking account. They told me I should change my username and password. If they didn't get into my account, that means Hot Dog Water 22 fucking works. Yeah. Didn't think I'd be going so soon. Let's see. I feel like fucking Randall. Yeah, but what if they did get into my account? What the fuck is the bank gonna do? Not give me my money back? I feel like that should be the bank's problem. It's your fucking website. Money's not real anyway. 90% of the world's currency is just a number on the computer. Just change the number. Yeah, all right. I don't like the fact that I'm an organ donor. I only said I'm an organ donor because I was afraid to say no to the lady at the BMV. But everything on my driver's license is a fact. My height, I'm 5'10", I weigh 165, and when I die, somebody is going to steal all of my organs. I feel like it's a weird thing to have on your driver's license. I feel like that should be in your will. Here's how my will reading is going to go. To my 2 sons, Jeffrey and Jeff. To you, I leave my house and the yard. To my best friend, Malcolm, I leave my car and the tires underneath it. And to my beautiful wife, I leave my money and all of my debt. And to my least favorite son, you can do whatever you want with my organs. And I also leave you a jizz-covered piano. All right, thank you very much. I hope you guys get all fired up. I hope you guys get echo karaoke. I hope you guys get Wabash Landing 9. Okay.
I hope you get off the stage.
So I have a beard.
Yeah.
This is a thing that I own. And men only grow out a beard for one of 3 reasons, or a few of 3 reasons. Weak jawline, double chin, and they need a hobby. I fall into the last 2. The beard does have some downsides though. People think I'm 6 years older than I am. I shed everywhere, and I have to clean up after the forest creatures that live in it. But the greatest disadvantage of the beard is that it costs quite a bit. Like, it's the closest a man can ever get to the female experience of paying a bunch of money for shit that you're not totally sure is working. Like, and because I'm a misguided straight guy, I put 4 different scents into my beard. So firstly, we got Mountain Fresh, which is just manly clean linen. Then we got my beard oil, which I use in place of olive oil if I want my popcorn to have an extra pine taste. Then I have my beard growth serum, which is definitely something an MLM would sell you to like increase your penis size. And the weirder thing about the growth serum is that it claims it's heat infused. Now I don't know what heat infused is meant to mean, but from where I'm from, we call that an allergic reaction. And lastly, I have my lime and sage beard balm, which I assume is to prevent it from getting chapped. And when all of these scents mix together onto my face, I become who I truly am on the inside. Citrus Bigfoot. But I could be doing a lot worse, you know? There are a lot worse scents out there. Like there's this one brand called very creatively Beard Brand, and they have a lot of garbage scents, like old money. Gentlemen, have you ever wanted to smell like dirty pennies? Because I know I have. Then they got Stonemason, which is also really weird. Like, have you ever taken a mean whiff of a construction site and been like, fuck yeah, I want to smell like that all the time? But it's not just Beard Brand, you know, there are other companies doing the weird shit, like you all know about Dr. Squash, I assume. You can't get away from their YouTube ads. They're doing a cross promotion with Star Wars in a bold attempt to get Star Wars fans to shower. And they're finally answering the question that I and many other people have. What does Yoda smell like? I always figured he smells a little swampy, but it's mostly mangoes. I think he smells mostly of mangoes. But that's not even like scratching the surface of weird scents, right? If you want to feel like a real man, then you gotta get yourself some Duke Cannon. Yeah, that's right. 7th century Duke Nukem is making soap, and it's filled with pure male essence, semen. And you have such great scents, such as accomplishment, victory, productivity, and naval diplomacy. What the fuck do any of those smell like? I will live out the rest of my days smelling like citrus Sasquatch if it doesn't mean I have to take this weird fucking gamble on scents. And it's not just Duke Cannon that does it too. Like, I have a deodorant from fucking Old Spice. It's called Alpine with hemp seed oil. It doesn't smell like pot. It doesn't smell like pine or like a top of a mountain. It smells like the concept of skiing. But like, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be the one to like figure this shit out because like I'm incredibly inept. Like I broke a loofah. You know, the fucking scrubber in the shower? Yeah, I broke one of those. And what you may not know about a loofah is that it's basically just a big fucking knot. So after I broke it, I just have this 6-foot borderline earthworm that it's just there. It's barely usable. But I didn't throw it out because I am lazy. So now, whenever I go into the shower, I soap up my 6-foot earthworm and I just start whipping it around my body. And my floor mates, they think I'm fighting a drain demon, which is helped by the fact that I make vaguely racial kung fu noises. And I'm not sure if it's because of their fear of the drain demon or the weird racial implications of the noises I'm making, but after I get out of the shower, I get the whole damn place to myself. Thank you.
It's too tall, not gonna even. Fuck, what was I gonna say? You guys ever like zone out or like forget when you're doing something? Yeah. You know what I mean? You guys think a soldier has ever unpinned a grenade and just been like, what was I doing? He tries to trace his stats back. He's like, hold up. First of all, I was getting shot at. There was a lot of them. What was I thinking about? Baseball? I don't know. Zoning out and like kind of spacing and forgetting all that. What is that? Here's my Will. No, come back. There's not a lot going on right here. What is zoning out? Here's my theory. I think every time you zone out and forget something, someone with Alzheimer's remembers something. That's my theory. But the person with Alzheimer's, they remember the thing that you forgot. Right? So it's just like some old man, he's with his family, and the family's like, Grandpa, do you remember us? He's like, I need to take the trash out. I take the trash out. Don't remember my name. I don't know. I feel like there's a bunch of these, you see like these movies and books where like the plot of like time travel, and, like whenever in those like movies and books like they go back to a year like stop a major event like the John F. Kennedy assassination or like kill Hitler, right? I like want a movie where they go back but to like a completely like irrelevant year. They just like show up and like, what year is it? The guy's like 1887. He's like, oh shit, we have to stop nothing. We don't pay attention to history. Who's the president? I don't know. I was taking a shit earlier. This is just throwaway shit. I was taking a shit earlier, and the poop hit the water. Thanks, man. And the water from the poop hit my balls. Yeah, is that what death is like? It's like it's like just minding your business and like the worst imaginable thing happens to you. I've never died before, but I imagine like the emotion is similar. Like I was on the toilet and I was like, no! And after I was like, you know what, like it was bound to happen. Just glad it didn't happen sooner, I guess. With a good time. Who in the crowd has got abused by their parents? Sorry, hit by their parents. Round of applause, noise maybe? Yeah, not too loud. My dad might have been a little lower. Yeah, I got abused as a kid too. Why did I bring that up? I just want to say, if I ever have kids, I would never hit them. I don't think I would abuse them because violence is never the answer, right? But sometimes it is, right? Like World War II, violence was the answer, right? Like when Hitler was Holocausting, no one was like, hey, maybe we should talk to him about this. Hey, Hitler, stop. He's like, 9. Like, I don't know what the number has to do with this. Okay. Not trying to justify violence or anything. I got beat as a kid and it wasn't nice, but I understood why it was happening, right? Like my dad wasn't just like senselessly beating me. I wasn't just like, Dad, where's the milk? And he's like, you know the fucking stuff outside? Like, no, I did something bad and it would hit me for it. Here's a controversial take. I think I should have got hit more, honestly.
Yeah.
Anyone else feel that way? They should have got hit more? Yeah, I was a horrible kid. I was a horrible I'll just constantly say the N-word. No, I didn't. That would be bad. I didn't know what an adjective was. I said that, but some of you guys were looking at me like, yeah, you fucking deserve to get abused for saying that shit, you racist. I don't know where I'm going with this. I guess I'm trying to say, don't hit your kids unless they're racist. I don't know, it's a weird term.
Yeah.
Let's talk about death. I'll bring this back up. I don't believe in the afterlife. I used to believe in the afterlife, but my beliefs in the afterlife have changed. It's similar to John F. Kennedy's belief in the convertible. Right? At first I was like, this is a cool idea. And I was like, nah, never mind. Nah, I don't believe in the afterlife. I don't believe in reincarnation. I think if reincarnation was real, we'd have a lot more depressed animals. Right? Can you imagine you died and you came back like as a pigeon? How the fuck bread are we gonna eat? It's all white bread. I don't know, it seems fucking harsh, right? Can you imagine like you were the only animal that came back that was a human before, like you're in a herd of elephants or something. Everyone's like, what's up with Steve over there? It's like, where are my thumbs? Like, I don't know, just some thoughts. Yeah, I'm just gonna end it on that. Fuck yeah, give it up for Cam, guys.
Hello. 15 people, eh? We've increased. We got to go to the back. Yay! Hi guys. Yeah, like you said, my name is Pranav. I'm Indian. No, I'm not your doctor. I'm not your Uber driver either. I'm not really much of anything. But yeah, it's a pretty sad life. So I performed for the first time a couple of weeks ago. My friends were like, dude, Pranav, it's your first time. You got to respect them. You got to avoid any controversial political topics. So I talked about the January 6th riots. Then they were like, okay, you know what, that's fine. But like, avoid anything they love. Don't hate on America's passions and their interests. So I trashed American football and pickup trucks. Good start, comedy. But yeah, a couple of weeks ago I was at Walk. Our place is crowded as hell. Holy shit, there are people everywhere. Like there are people sitting on the floor, there are people in the rooms, there are people in the elevator, there are people in the washrooms. There are so many people, it reminds me of India. In fact, what I'm trying to say is that if I wanted to walk into a room full of scared, confused teenagers, I'd go to Purdue Pete's basement. But yeah, I mean, speaking of educational institutes, let's talk about school shootings. No. I'm under. It's a horrible thing. It's so sad. But like, sometimes I think about the police officers because the guns that you can buy and the guns you give to police officers are completely different. Like, imagine you're a cop, you've trained for like 5 years. You've worked your entire life, and you pull up with like, you get your first case like, guys, you're shooting someone. We need you right now. So, you pull up there. And you can see some like 16-year-old with an M16 and all you have is a tiny pistol. Like, it's just so sad. I mean, like, what is he supposed to do? Like, shoot 3 shots and then reload? By that time, the kid's like probably finished like 600 shots. So sad. It's almost like, the United States is like, have to go to war with a different country. Or like, oh no, let's take all our weapons. Let's just be ready for war. And the other country pulls up with Godzilla. Like, what do you do? Yeah. Anyway, that's my time. Sorry, guys.
Oh yeah, one time before a mic, I was wearing like some innocuous like hoodie, and like one of the girls came up to me and she was just like, "Is that from Target?" And I was like, "Yes." It was weird because like they figure out where. God, I fucking hate that. But why do we need to learn how to fly? I think boats are pretty cool. You get there 4 to 6 weeks. What? I don't know. Okay, I'll say this. You guys remember how like we had like those like exams like that we had to take online, and then like they were like recording you, and then like if you like made a sound, they would like flag it because they thought you were like cheating or something, right? I'm so glad that that's not a thing right now, because these people would be fucked if they're taking an exam. It's like it'd show up in their thing just like EJ saying like, "And I wave it all over my body." So many sounds. I get a lot of emails that are like friendly reminders, like friendly reminder to do this thing at this time or whatever, and I just don't do it because like if we're being friendly, I'm gonna treat you like one of my friends and let you down horribly. That's what I do. I get so many friendly reminders, I start to think if there are enemy reminders. Like, pay your rent now or I'll blow up Gotham City. Can you believe that was like the voice of like bad guys back in like the 40s and 50s? Not even just, it was just like, you're too late, Batman. I've replaced the entire water supply with my farts. Just like random shit like that. Not even like a booming, like deep voice. Like someone back then is just like, no one cared who I was until I put on the mask. And people are like, yo, are you free to babysit? Upstanding young man. I think I've seen you at my church. Just fucking. Meanwhile, someone just walks into a bank like, can I have a loan, please? And someone just like, call the cops so they can shoot him. Fucking get this guy out of here. He's gonna use that money for villain stuff. We don't do villain stuff, we're a bank. Fucking, I don't know. Social commentary. I was watching a football game, and on one of the goalposts, it had one of those like sponsored like cancer awareness things, and it said like, intercept cancer. Not even stop cancer. Intercept it. You know, like football stuff. That's so dumb, man. That's like they want you to catch it, like, oh yes, I got it. Oh shit. Oh god, it's going on my fucking arm. God. I have 6 hands now. I guess I can jerk off while cooking. I don't know. I don't know. It's dumb. No, I don't know. And plus, like, you know, intercept cancer also kind of implies that you can play with it. Just like second down for the Dallas Cowboys. Prescott drops back to pass, and oh my God, someone replaced the ball with leukemia. All the players are going bald. Oh, they're saying painful goodbyes. Oh, jeez. Oh, they're making wishes. Ew. How could Bill Belichick do this? I don't know. Okay, and while we're on the subject, right? Like, how did, you know, the NFL choose cancer to be their, like, big issue to solve? How did cancer become the official disease of the NFL? I'm curious as to how they made that choice. Did they just have, like, a wheel of fortune wheel with, like, diseases on it? Just, like, Parkinson's is right there, autism's here, and then, like, diabetes is here, but it's like slightly bigger because some intern thought it'd be funny to make it bigger like that. It is a little bit, but you know. And so like they spin it and they check, it's like, oh, Alzheimer's. No, spin it again. No. They're not gonna know what we're doing for them. All right, spin it again. And they finally get cancer, and they turn to some guy with like ALS, and it's like, look, I know you're gonna die in that wheelchair, but we're gonna wear pink now because cancer's our favorite. I could drench you in ice water. So, that's my time. You guys were cool. All 15 of you. Thank you.
I always wanted to try karaoke. Never done it before. I feel like I would go up and I would just do like Stairway to Heaven, like all 8 minutes of it. You have to listen to me do it. You don't have a choice. I don't know. I didn't get any sleep last night. My roommate does this terrible thing where he'll invite these girls over real late at night and he'll make and eat mac and cheese with them. And it'll be like 4 a.m. and I'll wake up and they're just mixing this creamy, cheesy goodness. I mean, it's just, it's, I can't stand it. And she seems to really like it. You know, I'll hear her, she'll be like, oh, I love it. Oh, it's so good. Oh yeah, feed it to me. Our building has a kitchen. I don't understand why they can't just use that. I don't know. My roommate's kind of weird. He had like a jar of bull semen that we had in our fridge for like a week. He was doing some kind of ag research, and so he got stuck with it. I didn't learn that until after I put it on my BLT. Still better than the food at Earhart. Where was I going? Fuck.
Bull semen.
Bull semen. He's really not the cleanest guy either. Like, I'll tell him to clean up the room, and he gets an attitude with me. He'll be like, Jacob, if you care so much, just do it yourself. And that sort of throws me for a loop, because that's exactly what my ex would always say to me when I would ask her to put a finger in my butt. There's a lot of reasons she's my ex, but she would do this one thing I hate, where she would start conversations with me by saying, Jacob, are you even listening to me? That's kind of weird. It's weird, right? I don't know. I've had a ton of time since I became single, though. I've gotten real into like Batman comics. I think it's so great how he's able to like turn his trauma into like a force for good. And it's really inspired me to go out and make a difference in the world, you know? And like, sure, I'm not rich and I'm not strong and I'm not smart, but you know what I can do? I can kill the parents. Okay, but before you get all judgy on me, how many people do you think Batman has saved? Anybody? Somebody just give me a number. Like 1,000 people? 1,000 people. 5? 5 or 5,000?
5.
Okay, we're gonna go with 1,000. If Batman saves 1,000 people, and that's probably being pretty conservative, that means I can kill 500 sets of parents, and as long as one of the kids turns into Batman, I've done the world a service. That's my time. Thank you, guys.
So I didn't prepare anything, really much of anything for this. So I think there's like, what, 20 of you? There's twice as many of you as I spent minutes preparing for this. So this is gonna go absolutely wonderfully. So of all the mysteries in the world, the one that's really confused me the most is how in the world do Crayola crayons get their names? So I'm, as you can tell, I'm really, really thinking deep here. Like, there's some of them just with really just strange names that make absolutely no sense. Like, it's like there's just pine tree. It's green. It's just green. It's like, okay, great. So we have this green, right? But we don't want to call it green because we already have the green. What are we going to call it? Oak tree. No, we already had that. We did that last week. Pine tree. Holy shit, you son of a bitch. Get over here, you're getting a raise. I'd like to think this is how they come up with it. It's just like 12 Wolf of Wall Street looking motherfuckers sitting around like a boardroom table, just coked out of their minds. Just they're just like doing lines with the wrapping of the Crayola crayon. They're just sitting over there, just like, whoa, oh yeah, all right, well, let's name some fucking crayons. Let's go. One of the guys just holds up a crayon. It's just like, all right, what do we name this? And then just one of the guys in the back just shouts out like, sea breeze. And then it's like a light green. It's not even a blue, and they're just like, all right, let's go. What's this next one? I'd like to think that's how it is. They just get more and more confusing as they're named. It's like a kid just opens a box of crayons and it's just like, why is this one named More Coke Yellow? This one's, it just says, just fucking look at it. What? Another thing that's really confused me is that apparently they've started putting Braille on crayons. Like they started putting the name of the crayon in Braille on there, which, I mean, yeah, it's a good in thought, yeah, appeal to more people. But it makes no fucking sense when you think about it. Like a blind guy is gonna open up a pack of crayons and he feels it and it's just like, and he's like, wait, I don't know what color this is. All right, let me feel it. Huh. Tree green. What the fuck is green? Like, that makes no sense. I have nothing to reference it to. It's just, all right, cool. This is sky, I guess. I don't know what that is. So I guess I'm just gonna just scribble this like that. I guess. I don't know. I guess the conclusion that I've come to on that is that art class in 3rd grade must suck for blind people. Just. I'm sorry. Total left hand here. I used to work at ITAP. I don't anymore. I escaped. They let me go. But one of my least favorite things about that was that it's not just IT people who call in with IT questions, wondering how to reset their password for the 3rd time this week. It seems that people just call ITAP for no fucking reason. They're just like, all right, I need to talk to someone. You know who I'm gonna talk to right now? I'm gonna talk to a college freshman getting paid $9 an hour, just sitting in the basement. That's who I'm gonna talk to about my problems. I think the weirdest one that I've ever had, the weirdest call I've ever had to answer was some lady called in, and she just, first question, before I can even say anything, she's just, do you guys sell that really delicious cheese? Sorry, what? Yeah, you guys sell that really delicious cheese, don't you? I was wondering if I could buy some. Ma'am, I can help you reset your password if you want. So I had to become a cheese salesman there for a minute. Not what I figured I'd do, but very, very enriching process. Turns out we do sell cheese. The Ag Alumni Group does. You learn new things every day. I ended up trying to become like a used car salesman. I'm like, so you see, we have this nice, beautiful wheel of cheese here. Look how circular it is, round, cheese-like. It tastes like cheese. Really good cheese. Then I got to the price. It's $60 for cheese. Like what cheese is this? There better be some like gold wrapping on this cheese or something. I ain't paying $60 for cheese, dude. I could like walk to Target and get it for like $2. I don't know. I don't buy cheese. I don't know. And I am being called away. They're here to get me, so I have to run.
Everything's tall. Okay. Well, like everything's tall to me, so, you know, that's a great way to... No, I don't need it. It's fine. Hey, I'm gonna kick your ass out. I didn't prepare for this at all. I was just kind of looking at the list and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go, I guess. So that's what I'm doing now. Today I saw my mom, which is fun. Yeah, I have a really good relationship with my mom. She's great. I just call her by her first name, which a lot of people find really weird. So I just call her April. And we have that kind of relationship where I can just be like, yo, what's up, April? What the fuck is going on? And she's like, I really wish you wouldn't talk to me like that. And I'm like, well, I'm going to anyway. And I just keep doing it. And a lot of people ask me about my relationship with my mom because we're really close. They're like, oh, what's your mom like? Like, how is she? I'm like, oh, she fucks. And a lot of people don't expect that. And I say that to her face. I'm like, yeah, Mom, you fuck. And she's like, what does that fucking mean? And I'm like, well, I'm here, aren't I? But no, I mean it in like the, yeah, she's cool. She can party. And my mom is fairly old for being a parent of a 24-year-old. She had me when she was 37. And so she is, 61 now. And I have an older brother, he's 30. And I don't know where I was going with that. She was in college in the 80s. And college in the 80s was a wild time. There were riots at Purdue. Have you guys ever heard about that shit? There were riots on Chauncey Hill. That's wild. But because my mom was in college in the 80s and she looked was like Fran Drescher but with my face, so she was hot. And so she got a lot of free drugs. And my favorite thing that my mom has ever said to me is she looked me in the face and she was like, Nico, if you do anything at college, I want you to know this, that you never have a cocaine problem if you don't pay money for the coke. And I was like, April, thank you for this advice, and I don't think I'm gonna take it. Although I have gotten free coke, so thanks April for that. It's really funny because I am the favorite child. There's only 2 of us, so it's an easy competition to win. But you would think my brother would win because he's like has a college degree. He's a middle school teacher, and he's like married and has a house and like is successful. But I'm the favorite because I'm wild, and I literally will just like say anything to my parents. I've started to tell my mom all the wild shit that I got up to when I was in high school, and so that's going really great. Because I'm like, hey mom, do you remember that time I snuck out of the house and I broke into a bunch of graveyards and I almost got arrested for grave robbing? And she's like, no. And I'm like, oh, well I did that. Sorry. She's like, I thought you were a good kid. And I'm like, no, I'm really sorry. That's why Maddie does heroin now. And she's like, fuck. I don't know where I was going. I'm the favorite child. And my brother is very aware of this. His name is Nigel. Yeah, that is very funny. Thank you. Make fun of him. And he and I have a very good relationship as well. His wife actually texts me every single night. She's like, do you want to play video games? And I'm like, yeah, I do, but I'm busy. I leave the house. I'm like, you losers. And I think that's it. I think I'm done.
Yeah.
Hey.
Woo!
I feel really bad because y'all gave me a nice entrance. I don't have shit.
Woo!
I get to go after the guy who double dipped, so that's kind of cool. Look, I'm gonna do like what every uncle does to their niece and take advantage of you guys. Can I test material on you?
Yeah!
All right. Let's see. I've been using social media a lot, and there's this trend in society that pisses me off. Everyone's just like treats Twitter like it's this ungodly hellscape, and it's just like, I was on Twitter, and it impacted my mental health. Have you used Twitter? Like, there are just pictures of tits and bad political opinions on there. Like, I feel like one good thing and one bad thing balance each other out, man. Same goes for TikTok, dude. God damn, TikTok is a horny social media. I mean, I'm not even talking about like people my age. Like, I saw a 90-year-old lady just like drop a nipple on the table like it was an object. I don't know. That's just written down here. I was on a plane yesterday, and there was this Swedish guy sitting next to me. I know he was Swedish because he kept talking to me the whole flight. I don't speak Swedish. He was just like, oh, das Harken, Arken, Jugen, Arken, Beacon, Barken. Random shit. I'm white, I can say it. He handed me a can of this stuff, and I read the label, and it said Göteborg's Rape. And I opened it, and it was empty. And then he took it back. It's actually a true story, except for the part where I was on a plane yesterday. What? People have this weird fetish for like people in third world countries who have blue eyes.
Yeah.
You ever notice that? Like on the cover of National Geographic, there'll be like some African lady who, God bless her, she's living her life. But like she just has big, beautiful eyes that are blue and the focus of the photo, and that's the cover instead of any of the like real shit they actually live with. Like not even the National Geographic titties, just the blue eyes. And I think I figured out why people like those kinds of photos so much. It's because when you look at a pair of blue eyes, you're like, oh shit, white people have those. Are these guys humans? Shit. On the topic of racism, I don't like cops, man. I don't like cops. I think I figured out how to be immune to cops. I was like riding down campus and I had a joint on my bike.
and I just hear, woo! And I pull over. Fat ass cop gets out and like, you smoking a joint? I don't know, is that how cops talk? And I realize this guy is like breathing heavy from getting out of his car, just kind of, that like nose breathing that white people do when they're trying not to look winded. So what I did was I hopped on my bike and I rode away. And he kind of, to his credit, the dude kind of waddled after me. And then he got in his car. And so I realized, oh, he's in his car. So I went in the building, because you can't take cars in those. And so he got out on foot and he came in the building to arrest me. And then when I saw he was on foot, I got on my bike and I rode away. I don't know, man. You got to be careful with cops. They're prowling out there. They like arresting people. They like oppressing people. If you're in a bar and someone talks to you about drugs, you got to be careful because it's probably an undercover cop. I'll give you a few tips. Number one, you guys know what phrenology is?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, phrenology was this like weird shit they did in Nazi times where they would like feel up your skull and like depending, like crypt keeper style. Crypt keeper style. There we go. And they'd like feel up your skull and feel the lumps. And like those lumps would say shit like, oh, you're Jewish. You can do that to cops, man. Just what you do is you take your thumb and you hold it in perspective. And if the cop's head is the same shape as your thumb, well, they're a cop. I don't know, man. Let's see, what else do I have here? I've been reading a lot about butt-fucking law.
Yeah.
Apparently sodomy was a crime for the longest time. It's a quote from Tupac. And like, if you would butt-fuck someone or solicit butt-fucking, that was a crime. And there was a Supreme Court case about this shit. And basically, this guy was, out on the street, and a constable came up to him, and he was like, "Excuse me, sir, what are you doing out here?" And the guy was like, "I want to fuck you in the ass." And then he arrested him. And so this went to the Supreme Court, thanks, and they they were like, "No, you can't do that, just because he didn't butt fuck you, so we're good." This happened in 1997. Which is awesome. And there are still laws on the books where it's illegal to butt fuck someone. Like if you go to Minnesota, no butt fucking. Unless you're in Minneapolis. So good job, Minneapolis. Is that funny? I think Jewish people and black people have a lot more to get along with, and bear with me on this one. Have you ever seen a Jewish person listening to klezmer? We're kind of careful about it because, you can't do that shit in public. It's dangerous. But like, you'll just hear like, like some really, and it's the same energy as folks on a church in the Sunday morning hearing a hymn. Instead of a, Lord Jesus, it's, yes, I want a bagel. Stereotypes are funny. What else do I have? I watched a porno yesterday, and like, let me finish this one, please. And the girl had these kind of weird moans and call-outs. You know how they do call-outs? That always weirds me out. It's just like, yes, harder. It's like, don't give me feedback. I'm already anxious enough as it is. And she was just like saying uncomfortable shit, just like, oh yeah, it's hitting my womb. Is that a desirable effect of getting penised? Is that how birthing works? I don't know, man. Fuck, I need to figure out a good way to close after that shit show. Thanks.